Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. And it's Friday afternoon and we're live on Facebook and YouTube. For some of you, it's Friday evening. And I hope you've had a great week. It's fun to come on at the end of the week when I know you can be relaxed and I can be relaxed and we don't really have anything else going on. So I'm going to just check my computer here and make sure that we're live. Let's see. I like to check and make sure. And let me try it again. I hope we're live. It looks like we are. Here we go. Let me try it one more time. There we go. Okay, so wonderful to see you. Wonderful to see you. I don't know if you were, if you saw the Wednesday live, but Ellie has been sick. Yeah, she's had a little intestinal issue, and I had her in the emergency, the animal emergency, on Monday, and she's finally starting to get better. We had just a little rough time with her and they don't really know why. You know how sometimes they just don't know why with dogs? Hi Roz. Hi Diane. Good to see you. You're having beautiful weather. I'm so glad to hear that. We are having, it's in the 90s here today. I'm telling you, it's warm. And so we're going to make a summer card, a fun summer card because it's so warm here. Anyway, so Ellie is just, she's not her normal self. I mean, she's normally kind of sleepy anyway, so you probably don't know it, but she's just a little bit under the weather. She's getting better. She's been having some medicine. Hi, Marcia. Good to see you from Texas. How's your weather over there? Full on spring, I think, for all of us. Yes, Marcia, I was just telling, your oldest fur baby, Roz, has been sick too. Yeah, when they get those things, they don't exactly know how to tell us, except she was, you know, really sick on Monday. And so she's much better now. We're so thankful that she's doing. Hi, Anne. Good to see you. So we're all thankful. She lost a few pounds. I've been noticing when I pick her up, she's a little bit lighter, but she's getting back to her regular diet now. Kimberly, good to see you. And so we gave her a bath, so she's all nice and clean, but she's still just a little bit listless, and we've been giving her a big, you know, big hugs and big loves and everything. She's turning 9 tomorrow. I can't believe it. She was born in 2013, and we got her when she was 6 weeks old, so you're falling asleep, aren't you, baby? Okay, well, we've got a lot to cover, and so I'm going to go ahead and put her down. Marcia, 95 for you. Okay, yes, it's in the 90s here too. So, what I want to show you today is a fun summer card using some things that, a few brand new things and a few not so brand new things. I'm going to give you just a little sneak peek, and then we're going to talk about some announcements. We're going to do a ladybug and a daisy card, but we're going to put some, thank you, Marcia, we're going to do some fun things with it. But first, I do want to talk to you about the starter kit special that's this May. I know I've told you all about it before. I'm just checking where she is. But I want to make sure you really know about it so that you know what you can get, because it's a great, great deal. So normally when you get your starter kit, it's $99 and you get $125 worth of product, and it all ships free. So your payment is $99 plus tax. Well, during the month of May, they're having an in-color special. And when you get the starter kit, you get, look at this, all 5 new in-color ink pads. I had to buy them, and you will get them for free, well, as part of your starter kit, but you still pay the regular price of $99. You get all 5 in-color ink pads. You get a package, and this is just individual of 8.5 by 11 in color cardstock. I'm going to try to spread it out so you can see it. There you go. So you're all ready to get started with the in colors. You get a package of in color designer series paper, and some of you may not know what this is. Let me explain it to you. Even if you are already a demonstrator, maybe you don't know totally. So with every one of our color families, we have brights, regals, subtles, and bright, regals, subtles. Let me look over. Neutrals, and in colors. Yes, I had to check. And every one of those has a package of 6 by 6 designer series paper. Now, for example, with the in colors, this is the designer series paper for Starry Sky. All 5 in colors come together, but what I want you to see is you get, I think it's 4 of these sheets with the flowers on the front, stripes on the back, and every year they change these patterns up. And you get, it could be 2, but it might be 4, I'm not sure. Several sheets, and this is dots, which I love, and a plaid on the back. So you get all of that for every in color, all in a pack. And so what I do is I get this pack for the in colors, and then I also get it usually, hi Cherie, hi Allison, yes, neutrals, Allison knew. I usually get this for the subtles because those are the colors I like the most, you know, the pinks and the lights and everything. But this way, when you go to make a card, you have a fun little pattern paper that you can pull out and add to your cardstock. So when you get the starter kit and you get all the cardstock for all the in colors, you get all the designer series paper for the in colors, you get all the ink for the in colors, there's the fronts of them. Wow, plus you get a package of the grid paper, and it's colored over on the side, this side, with the in colors, and it's a, can you see, it won't even fit on the camera, I don't know, maybe 24 by 12 or something like that. It's a big piece of grid paper, kind of like a placemat. So all of that is a $66.50 value, and you get all of that during this special thrown in to your starter kit. So you get $125 of products that you choose from any current catalog. You get this, all of these in color products, and it all ships free for only $99. It's a fabulous special. I've had quite a few people taking advantage of it, and I want to make sure you have that opportunity, because this kind of a special only comes up a time or two a year where it's this good. So I want you to know about it. Obligations, no obligation. I've got lots of happy shoppers, hobby demonstrators that are with me on my team of sweet stampers. And we just have a great time. We have a private Facebook page. We have get-togethers every month on Zoom, and we make cards, and it's just a ton of fun. And so if you have any questions, email me at Peggy@prettypapercards.com, but don't miss out. It's only through May 31st, 2022. So if you're watching it, this will stay for a while on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, it ends on May 31st, 2022. But I want to make sure you know about it because it's such a great value. All right, let's get going with our card today. So I am going to turn you down, and show you this pretty card that I have for you today. And this, we are going to use a couple of different stamp sets. It's a fun summer card, and that's because it's in the 90s here today, I felt like making a summer card. And what we're going to use is, this is something that's been in the catalog a couple of years, but it's new to me. I just recently got it, and it's called the Stitchery stamp set. And what it does this neat little stitching right here, as if you sewed it. Okay, do you see that little stitch border? And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a short time. But it has lots of other stitches that you can use. I just think it's super handy for having around, for use on all your different cards. And then we're going to use the Hello Ladybug Bundle, which is the stamp set and the the Ladybug Punch, which is so cute. And I'm going to show you something new to do with that today too. So I actually wanted to show you in your catalog, in case you wanted to know in your catalog where these items are. The Hello Ladybug stamp set and bundle is on page 30 of your new annual catalog, and the Stitchery stamp set is on page 48. Now the samples for the Stitchery stamp set are on page 49, and I guess there's just one sample, but they put a lot of the stitching in there. I'll hold it up a little more so you can see it. I'm going to have a lot of fun. Kathy, nice to see you from Blaine, Minnesota. Welcome. I'm glad you're here today. Okay, so this is the card we're going to make, and let's get started. So this is a tutorial on how to make this fun card. Oh, and don't forget, I give a prize at the end of my live, so hang around and you can see what the prize is. And if I forget, you guys warn me. You let me know, because sometimes I do forget. So we're going to start out with our card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to go ahead and burnish that score line. So we have that all nice and even. And I think I've mentioned to you, some of you, that I'm going to start doing a basics video series on the basics of making cards, and I'm hoping to get that started this week. It'll be over on YouTube, and I'll tell you when I do it, but I'm hoping to, today's Friday, I'm hoping to get it out next week, so that if you want to know exactly how to make a card base, I'll have a little video for you if you're a beginner, or you know a beginner and you want to show them. Okay, so that's what we're starting with. Then we're going to have a 5 1/4 by 4-inch piece of Sweet Sorbet. This is one of the new in colors. And then we're going to have a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of basic white cardstock. And this is the one we're going to do our stitchery on. So let's see how that works. I've taken the stamp that you saw on the sample, and I've got it on one of the biggest blocks. Now we could do this on the Stamparatus, but I'm choosing to do it on a block, and this is the E block, the E clear block. And what I'm going to do with this, the way I figured out to do it is to use some little mini Post-it notes, okay? And I've got my black Memento ink that I'm going to pull out right here. So let's get some ink on this stamp, and because it's so large and it's bigger than the pad, I'm going to do it this way to ink my stamp up there. I'm going to check to make sure there's no ink on the edges, and this fits the length of this piece of basic white cardstock. So I'm going to put this on this side just like this, and look how nice that comes out. Then we're going to turn around and do the other side, because we want it to look like we've stitched on all the sides, right? And then the Post-it notes are going to help us with the corners. I want to make sure I don't get it on my fingers. Okay, so here's the other side. Okay, now for the corners, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little piece of a little Post-it note right there, so that the stamp can stamp in this area. And I'm going to put a little Post-it note on the other side, same thing, because the stamp is so large, it's going to go over that, right? And so now I think we're ready. Woo! Ready to go. You know, it's always when you're trying to be careful that something flips around. So I may end up with ink all over my hands, which many of us do. Okay, so now we're ready to stamp down here. And you see how that comes out, the edges on the Post-it note? I think that works really well, and it looks like we've stitched all around this card. Now I'm using black today, the basic black, the Tuxedo Black Memento ink, but you could use any color for your stitching. I was thinking that a nice color might be crumb cake. That might be a nice other color for the stitching. So now I'm going to ink the stamp again, and then we'll finish off our stitching with the stitchery stamp. Okay, just like that. There we go. And now it looks like we have stitched all around that piece of paper. I've got a little tiny overlap there, but we're not going to see it because what we're going to do is we're going to rough up these edges. We're going to distress these edges a little bit. So let's do that. I usually get out my scissors. Now I know some of you don't like to distress, and so if you know, we could make it without distressing today. Why don't we do that so that you can see how it comes out without the distressing? Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so here's our card base, and then we're ready to put on our sweet sorbet piece because you've seen it distressed. That was my sample. And that way, because I know I have people, I love distressing. I love rough edges and distressing everything, but I know some of you don't. So we'll make it the other way so that you can see. Okay, there's our sweet sorbet piece, and now we're going to put down our stitched piece. No, we can't put our stitched piece down yet. Oh my goodness. We have to do a little more stamping. And for this, I'm going to bring in my piercing mat. You want it when you're using the photopolymer stamps, and we're going to stamp a couple of these beautiful big leaves that are in the, thank you, Alice, and you like the frame stamping. These leaves, this big leaf is in the Hello Ladybug stamp set, and we're going to stamp it in another new in color, which is actually, I think, my favorite, Parakeet Party. This bright, bright green. But the reason I want to use, in fact, I'm going to put that little boo-boo down there because we might be able to cover it up. I'm using the pad because when you get this big of an area on your stamp, you want to make sure you get a really good impression and you don't have any spots that don't have ink. So using you could use your Stampin' Up catalog, a magazine, but this is a mat, a pierce mat, and so I'm going to get plenty of ink on my leaf here, and I'm going to put a couple of leaves. I love this leaf. It's a fabulous leaf. I'm going to do this card just a little bit different. And you see the mat gives a lot of absorption because, you know, with the red rubber stamps, you have a padding up under the red rubber, but with these you do not. I love this leaf in this color. Isn't it just fabulous? I just love this color. Okay, there we go. There are our leaves, exactly what we want. Okay, and I think, let's see. I'm pondering when I want to put my sentiment on because the sentiment is also from this stamp set. It says, "May your greatest wish come true," which is a really great sentiment for a birthday or graduation. But I'm kind of more thinking birthday with this card. So let's go ahead and we'll just stamp this before then we can really have all the stamping done. May your greatest wish come true. And I'm just going to, let me make sure I get enough black on there. And I'm going to put this right up in here. Okay, don't look at my roots. I'm going to have to lean over. I'm going to pull it a little closer to me. Uh-oh, the true got a little boo-boo on it. Well, you know what? We are going to fix that. Not to worry. May your greatest wish come true. That we're going to just put a little dot or something on that. You all know how to fix things that happen with our stamping. Okay, now we're ready to go ahead and put this on our card base. And we'll just go ahead and do that. Again, I'm not doing the distressing, but you certainly could. I love the look. Okay, so we're going to just put this little guy down here. And there's our little stitched edge and piece, and it's like a little garden, and it's all ready for the ladybug and the daisy. And in this stamp set, you do have a daisy, but I'm not going to stamp the daisy today. I am going to punch the daisy. And let me see, did I end up grabbing some white paper? Let me grab a little white paper. It's right up here in my cupboard, because we're going to punch a little white daisy, and we're going to put a little bit of yellow on it. And here is the daisy punch. It's the medium daisy punch. So let's punch 2 of these. This is going to make a very cute little floral element to our card. There we go. And I'm going to pull my pad back again, if I can find it. Pad. Well, I'm going to use this, because what I want to do now is I'm going to do just a tad bit of sponging to the center of my flower. And that's going to give it a more realistic look. So I have some Daffodil Delight ink and a little thumb dauber, which is little sponging, and I'm dabbing it in there, and then I just pat it around on the center of the daisy, and that is just going to give it some life and make it look a little bit more realistic. It's fun to think, you know, that we're making a little garden. I like that idea. And it's easy because we don't have to get out. We don't have to go out in the weather, but we can make a little card garden. Okay, now all we do is adhere these together with a dot of glue. And the reason I punched 2, because you might think you would want to punch just 1, but you know how that goes, because this will fill in those spots where there were no petals, just like that. Now I'm going to show you something fun with this ladybug punch. So this is the ladybug. We're going to do it in a minute, and these are the ladybug wings. But guess what? You can use the ladybug wings for, right, no dirt under your fingernails. I love it. For leaves. So here is a piece of Parakeet Party cardstock. You'd get that with your starter kit. And I'm going to just punch some, quote, wings, but we're going to make them leaves. Okay? So what I'm going to do is just turn these up a little bit, and we're going to put those leaves right down under there like that. I'll show you, I'll hold it up to the camera in a minute. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue right along here, because I kind of know where it's going to go. Let me just, there we go. Okay. And then we're just going to lay the little wings or leaves right over that. And voila! A daisy with leaves, all punched. Isn't that cute? Easy, easy peasy. So you could make tons of these daisies. You could make a little daisy chain to hang up. You could make daisies for a gift. I just think these are, isn't that cute? And all punched. I mean, we all love punches, right? So I'm going to set this to the side until we finish making our ladybug. Now, let's get out the paper for our ladybug. We're going to make his body in black, and I've just got scraps going on here. We're going to make his wings in our beautiful in-color glimmer paper. Now, this is something you don't get in your starter kit, but you can certainly purchase it, and I love it. And you can see how it's ombre. It goes from pretty much white all the way to the darkest of the sweet sorbet. And then we're also going to use some of this in-color designer series paper that's in the starter kit. So let's start our ladybug with the body, and we'll just put our black in there. We're just going to give our ladybug a little black body, just like that. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make, I don't really know, but I'm going to make, I don't know what you call it is what I want to say, but I'm going to make right from the neck down, I'm going to use this floral designer series paper. I thought it would look pretty as the ladybug's back. And so what I'm doing is I'm just, I don't know if you can see, here's the ladybug punch, and I'm going to put the paper right between these two little pointy areas on the body. And so I'm just going to slide my paper in right to those little pointy areas. Let's see if I can get that just right. And we'll just punch. And let's see how it comes out. There we have the ladybug, and there is the little body. It just fits over it just perfectly. So let's glue that down. I just thought it made the body look kind of cute. Just a little cute. So we're just going to glue this down, and then we're going to punch the wings. Actually, I want to hold this up so I can make sure to get the neck right where it goes. Isn't that just a cute little body? Okay, now we're ready for the wings. So I have my choice of where to punch these wings out. And I think I kind of like this area where it's kind of white and kind of pinky. So let's see. I can just punch anywhere, but I kind of don't want to waste it. Maybe I'll just use the lighter area because I don't want it to go further into the body part, because then I would waste that paper. I love this paper. So we're just going to make some more whitish wings. And that looks really good, doesn't it? That looks cute. Okay, now what I'm going to do for my ladybug is I'm not going to use a bone folder, but I'm just going to gently curl up the wings with my finger, because I do want those wings to look kind of lively. Hi Tina, thanks for stopping by today. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here and just glue those wings right on. Just set that down. And it's okay if a little white glue comes out. I'm just going to use my fingernails, but you could certainly use the tip of your scissors to just get that off of there. I could have used less glue, but you know, truthfully, I want to know that the wings really stick on. I'm wondering if I have them up a little high. No, they're just right. Okay, I'm just going to do that again. One time, some of you may have seen it, I made these ladybugs a few months ago with rhinestones on their neck. And so we could definitely put rhinestones on the neck of a ladybug if we wanted to. Okay, now we're ready to put our card together. And we've got our ladybug, and we've got our daisy, and we're also going to put a little some jewels around. So I kind of want the leaves of the daisy to show right there. And I want the leaves, and I want to flip up the petals a little bit too, to give more of a 3D effect. It always makes the card look better. So this way, if we put the leaves down here in this area, and pull that over where you can see it better, they will show better. So actually, I'm just going to glue the daisy on because I want to lift up the ladybug on some Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm just going to glue the daisy right where I want it, right about here. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to come in with the ladybug, and let's put a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals under that cutie. And I love it when what I want to adhere fits the larger dimensionals. I like the larger ones. I don't know, I feel more secure with them. The little ones are so little. So let's just put our little ladybug. We'll just slide the ladybug in. You can slide the ladybug in just anywhere. Let's see. Just kind of like that, I think might look good. All right, now we're ready for some gems and jewels. So I've got two gems and jewels. I've got, these are the in color matte decorative dots, and these are glossy dots assortment, and they're not in the in color. So let me see. You know what I'm thinking actually is I could put quite a few of the little sweet sorbet ones in the center of the daisy. Or I could put green, but I don't want to use any of those. Those aren't the right color. Let's just do that. And I'm going to use my scissors because I like using my scissors. I feel like I get a good I grab on pretty well. Let's see how many we need. I think 3 works well. And then you know what? We're going to put 1 over that little boo-boo there. And we can put 2 more, 2 or 3 more. Let's put 1 up there. That's 5. What do you think? Do we need any more? I think that little stray one needs a little partner. I think that's kind of cute. And there's our darling card. Now the one thing we have left to do, thank you, Roz. The one thing we have left to do is the inside of our card and our envelope. A little bit of stickiness. Do you all know how to get sticky stuff off of your cards and paper? We don't sell this anymore, and this is kind of ratty looking, but it's like a gum eraser. I think probably a bunch of you have it. I think it's probably on Amazon or any stationery store, and if you get a little bit of glue, you can just use that to get it off. All right, I'm going to bring my pad back if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Because I want to stamp my big, beautiful leaf on my envelope. I just think it's such a beautiful leaf. I really want to put it on this envelope. And I want to put it right down here. So we need that extra padding with the photopolymer stamp. So let's just do that. Oh boy, isn't that just cute? I mean, wouldn't you just love to get a letter with that on the outside? I sure would. And let's put a leaf in the corner of our card here too. And as soon as I finish this, we're going to look at our prizes. So there. Oh my gosh, I do love that leaf. I just can't help myself. I really do like it. Okay, so here's our cute little Ladybug Daisy summary card that we made today. I'll have this posted on my blog probably on Monday, and also on YouTube this evening. It's already on YouTube as a live, but I post all the links to all the products that I used in case you want the products. Especially, don't forget about this neat stitchery set. You really might like it if you haven't seen it. I love it. Okay, we're going to come back and I'm going to award the prize. And last week, our prize, I tell the prize this week, and then you put the word prize in your comments, and then you're entered to win, and I award it next week. So last week, the prize was a stamp set. In your word stamp set, it was a celebration stamp set, and it's really great. And you all know that I use the random number generator on the computer. I put all the names in, assign them a number, and the winner was Holly Paplow from YouTube. So Holly, be sure to contact me with your address so that I can send this to you, because I'm pretty sure I don't have your address, and I always need that. So when you put prize in a comment, either on YouTube or on Facebook, make sure you check back the following week in case you win so that you can give me your address. Now for next week, I love these fabulous matte dots, and they're black, gray, white, and very vanilla. And I use these really a lot, so this is the prize for next week. If you want some of these, they call them classic matte dots. If you'd like to win these next week, make sure to put your name in there and say prize. Just make a comment that says prize. Okay, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed today's card. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you have any questions about the starter kit, email me, Peggy at prettypapercards.com. I try to respond pretty quickly.